Hi guys, today we're going to react to Faking It by SVALBARD. First time reaction, we don't know this band. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Peter G. Thank you, Peter, for this request. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Peter G. We appreciate the request. This is a first time reaction for me as well. All we know is that this band is British.
I dig the vibe. I like their ferocity. The first frame kind of threw us off when you see everything colorful. It seemingly has nothing to do with a metal band, with the stuff that comes out of a metal band. But I think the title of the song kind of correlates to it, because what we're seeing here is a display of the masks that the storyteller is actually putting there. You see everything is colorful and they're smiling at each other. And then you see the darkness, everything's dark around them and they're wearing dark clothing. That's like the true demons that are running amok in their psyche. That correlates with the title, Faking It. They're faking that everything is nice, everything is pleasant, when actually there's a storm brewing within them. That's what I'm grabbing from it so far. I'm loving the musical signature. Great experience so far.
Yeah, the first frame definitely threw us off. Before we started this, I actually commented that it looks like a YouTuber who's about to recommend a new iPhone to me or something. And then it kicks in once we started. It's like, okay, okay, that makes sense. As far as the music, I think I've expressed this before, like a while back. This is not my favorite type of metal, but I'm liking it so far. It's pretty good. I'm trying to kind of understand the lyrics as she's singing. It's not easy, but I'm getting bits and pieces, and it's at least interesting. I like the meaning that I assume this song is about. And also, it wasn't just the first frame that threw me off. It was the fact that she's the one singing. When we saw him, I actually thought he was going to be the lead singer.
Yeah.
And then she kicked in with that voice. I was like, whoa, okay. She means business. So far, I'm digging it. This is interesting.
Yeah, I really like what they did in this music video. I talked about the colorful setting, and in it they started including, and maybe they did it in the first third of the song, but they started including jump cuts to show the characters they're smiling and then they frown. They have a serious face. To me, it means cracks in the mask. It correlates with the subject matter. That's the true character trait of a person who's battling depression. They're showing that they're fine to everyone. Outside, they seem fine, but inside they're battling demons. So in here, it's like hints that their mask is cracking because it's exhausting to keep a happy face on. So you keep seeing them smiling, and then there's a jump cut and everything is in slow motion to emphasize that convection of emotion, like they slipped and you see their true expression, how they really feel. The dark set is just amplifying all that. Just to point a finger at that charade, at acting like everything's fine when everything is anything but fine. So yeah, I can understand the visual presentation of the subject matter. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost like the theme song for depression. What I found interesting is that they're showing you one side that is like beautiful and colorful and kind of positive, and the writing on the wall was all like nice and happy place, that kind of thing. And then they show you the darker side, which is when the band is playing and really going all out, kind of like a dark rockers doing their thing. But most of the unease is actually on the other side, on the pretty, you know, when they go from smile to frown, kind of back and forth, and those jump cuts, it creates a real unease. There's almost something unnerving about it. So yeah, it's really interesting in that respect, that the side that when they are faking it, there's a lot more going under the surface than when they're not, if you know what I mean, because it's hard to kind of contain it, to keep it down. It's interesting. I'm sure a lot of people who have faced or are facing or whatever, any kind of depression could really like relate to this. There's no doubt.
I don't know if they did it in the beginning or in the middle, but in here, the lyrics seep through into the colorful setting. They're mouthing the lyrics in the colorful setting. It's like what I said before, the mask gets cracked and they're showing their true emotions because it's hard to fake it continuously. It's like the song seeps into the colorful setting in that way. That's how I think they're conveying that they're becoming unhinged or losing a grip on their charade that I mentioned before. It's getting harder and harder to pretend, and the depression takes over. They're visibly showing signs of distress. I think that's what they convey in that last part. Really, really intense.
As the song was playing, there was one thing that just kept popping up in my mind, and it was that I liked their conviction. There was something about them that was like really serious. I assumed that this is a subject that in one way or another hits close to home and came from somewhere personal. It made me enjoy it more. As far as the lyrics, like I said, it's not really even subtexted. It's basically just telling you, first line, let's say, there is an incredulousness that accompanies my depressed existence. So already they're telling you, yeah, it's about depression. And then there's just like the disbelief of how am I still alive? How am I doing this every day? But the lines that sort of got me was, I don't recognize this smile. How is it so convincing? I don't recognize that life inside it feels like I'm dying. It's weird to know I wasn't happy. That's just how I made it seem, an illusion of positivity. So it's really putting it out there. There's nothing much to interpret, but it's still well written, and it's just interesting to confront, I guess, this kind of topic, as far as this is what people under pretty heavy depression feel, that they're basically putting on a mask just to get by. It's not even about not showing their depression to other people, and it's not about not disturbing, you know, the peace or anything like that. It's really more about survival. This is how I'm still alive. This is how I'm still standing because of this mask. It's keeping me upright, let's put it that way. But at the same time, the chorus says, I will never live up to these lies. I will never be worth your time. So again, it's like the self-worth situation comes into it. The depressed person knows they'll never live up to the mask because they don't feel like they're ever going to get better, and they'll never be worth anyone's time, feeling worthless, which is just really sad.
It's both sad and understandable from a societal aspect, because I think they view themselves as somewhat inept and they're surprised that their mask is convincing other people. But I think from a societal aspect, it's convincing because most people who see them see the version of them that doesn't exist, in fact. And it's convincing because people are focused in their own drama. People are focused in their own lives. It's like checking a box. They see that the depressed people are fine, so that's good enough for us. We're going to buy that mask that you're presenting. I think that's why it's convincing. They're trying to convey the subject matter, the depression, and the lyrics aren't even hiding in some metaphor. They're flat out talking about depression, and the visual presentation aids in expressing that. There's a terrifying notion in the fact that there's no scale. You can't objectively measure a level of a person's depression because every person battles his own demons. You can't even express them to you in a way that you can gauge. So when you see a person who suffers from depression, you can't really say this person suffers and that person who also has depression, they suffer more or they suffer less. It's a terrifying notion because there's no way you can really tell how deep a person's wounds are, how deep they're suffering. The best you can do is just listen and try to provide comfort, but there's really nothing you can do. Just to add to it, I think Jim Carrey said it. He suffered from forms of depression. I don't know to what extent, but I'm quoting his words. He's saying there's sadness that happens from things that happen in your life, and then there's depression. Depression is basically your body is telling you, F you, I don't want to be this character anymore. So it's something much deeper. It's entirely different from just being sad. So there's no way for you to sympathize, or maybe you can empathize with it, but no way to sympathize with that if you don't feel it, if you don't already have it. And that's a terrifying notion to me.
Yeah, and just to strengthen what you said about there's no subtext, you know, those last few lines, every line is repeated, every line is followed by I just fake it. But they say, I don't feel joy, I just fake it. I don't feel hope, I don't feel love. The last line, I don't feel real, nothing is sacred. So again, it's basically like the person who's under this depression does not see a way out. It's never going to get better. So yeah, very cool, very dark, but I really enjoyed this. Thank you, Peter G, for this request. Fantastic song, and we appreciate the support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Peter G, for the introduction to Svalbard. We enjoyed reacting to this song. Very heavy subject matter. We enjoyed talking about that as well. Please, more like this. Much appreciated. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate all the support coming our way. You've been absolutely fantastic, and we hope to see more of it in the future. We will be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.